He is from Stratford, Connecticut. Robert blocks him the third. And what stands out about him, Ben? He is an honor roll student at Stratford High School, and he's only a 9th grader.
Very talented young man. Want to remind the race fans that you cannot leave your blankets in the grandstand area. All blankets must be removed when leaving today's activities. Again, we remind you that you cannot leave your blankets in the main grandstand area. It is this policy that you remove those blankets when leaving here today.
Right now, trying to leave the start-finish line with the lead is Albert Saunders, but his brother Cliff has some authority on the outside groove.
Side by side. Oh, we've got 3 cars making contact down into turn number 1 in a spin that takes place there. And
Jeremy Lavoie, one of those cars. David Como in the 8.
And there is a 3rd black car into the outside wall, which might be the number 87 car. We're not sure from our vantage point. And we've just been told that it is the 87 of Rob Stradell. So car number 6, Jeremy Lavoie, but he just wanted to get some seat time. The Lavoie family have been involved in the sport of racing for quite some time, and just needed to get things dialed in. In the turn 4 grandstand area has an impressive display of new merchandise available. Speedway novelty items new for 2015 in tee and sweatshirts with a new design. The new Woody Pit Cat t-shirts are available. The new beanie hats and sunglasses are also available as well, along with SMS gift cards, biographies about Richie Evans, Bugsy Stevens, Ed Flemke, and much, much more. Die-cast cars, glow sticks, hats, and of course, the official souvenir magazine of the Stafford Motor Speedway, the Pit Stopper program.
The 3 cars that were involved are back in the race. What a restart for Albert Saunders. I don't know if his brother Cliff faded a little, but Albert Saunders, he was able to whip his way into the lead.
No question. While all that was happening, Andrew Hayes tried to the bottom. It seems to pay off. And right there with him is David Arute with the number 28 machine. Arute runs on the back bumper of Hayes as Hayes now threads the needle through traffic to try to challenge to take over the 3rd spot.
There's trouble with turn 1, and a car is nudged to the curb. Let's see if he can continue. We have a great battle for 3rd between Hayes, Saunders, and Arute, but the yellow comes out.
So the 2nd caution comes out. Going to tighten things back up.
Boy, it was tight in that fight for 3rd.
It really was.
The Andrew Hayes, Cliff Saunders, this is the driver of car number 36, Kelsey Bertino. And I think if you go into the Coventry Andover area, everybody knows Kelsey Bertino. He is the king of Route 44. So he settles in for what should be a great restart. At the front of the field, Wayne Provost on the outside will wheel and deal against Albert Saunders. Saunders had a great getaway the first time.
Trouble
around
now.
Goes Cliff.
Cliff Saunders goes around. Everybody scrambles for position here, but Cliff gathers it back and keeps it going in forward momentum down the back straightaway. They're by side racing for the lead, and Dwayne Provost slowly but surely tries to take over the number 1 spot, but it's not going to be without a fight as Albert Saunders still maintains the position. This time when they cross the line, it's Saunders by a nose.
Yeah, by a schnoz against Dwayne Provost. And for the 2nd green flag in a row, Cliff Saunders does not come up to speed. He is at the rear of the pack, something you don't see very often. Andrew Hayes in 3rd. In 4th is Bassett. 4 cars fighting for the lead, and right now the man with the firepower is Albert Saunders.
And car number 66 is also coming to the front. That's Justin Bren. He was very pleased with how that race car was. It's on for 2nd, side-by-side racing. Hayes to the inside, Provost to the outside. They touch as they work their way off turn number 4. Back to the line they come, pretty much evenly matched, and Hayes starts to move into 2nd. And Austin Bassett is threading the needle, working his way through traffic. Meanwhile, stepping out of line, David Arute with car number 28.
Boy, Hayes and Provost, it's almost like they're sharing the same shoulder harness as they battle for 2nd. They are crazy glued together, and at the line, the edge goes to Hayes, but not by much, only by a molecule.
They are still wheel to wheel and side by side. Bassett looking for that opportunity, get right in the middle of this mix as he tries to work his way to the inside of Provost. Hayes now moves into second. Here comes Austin Bassett taking over the third spot. David Arute, who's famous for coming on strong at the halfway point, is starting to move to the front. He will now move into the fourth spot as Provost slips up the racetrack. Here comes Bren with car 66. He is now surfaced among the top 6.
And the best battle for second and third, Hayes in second. And in his shadow is the 64 of Austin Bassett. So that's an intriguing battle. Also the one between David Arute in fourth and Dwayne Provost. But here comes Bassett, ready to strike against the 9 car of Andrew Hayes.
Good battle there, and it's starting to get even more intense as they stumble back to the line. 8 laps up on the board, just shy of the halfway marker in this event. Out in front and pulling away, Albert Saunders with the American sleeve bearing car. Second place is still Hayes. Question is for how long, because Bassett is there, Matt, and so isn't David Arute, and not far behind is Provost. Provost's car has been backing up, and that's not what he wanted early in this event.
And we usually don't see that from the 88. Here comes Bassett. Might have a crease underneath that car of Hayes. Does not take advantage of it that time, but that crease might open up again. Bassett, however, has to be concerned with the prowess of David Arute in the 28.
David Arute was very quick in practice yesterday. He is running in the tire tracks of Austin Bassett. And now things start to tighten up for that second spot once again with 10 circuits to go. We told you early in the event, David Arute does not come on strong until about the halfway point. That's where we are now. If he's been saving anything, keep your eyes on car number 28.
And the man who has really been enjoying the battle between Hayes and Bassett has been Saunders, because while those two guys are battling each other, he's been able to open up a pretty huge lead by a rainforest over the 9 of Hayes. The slower car did not impede the progress of Saunders, so he continues to be the leader by a watt over the combination of Hayes and Bassett.
Clock is ticking. 8 circuits remain in this one. Saunders is literally gone at the front of the field. A little further back in the competition, Paul Arute has gained some momentum after having a problem early in the event. He is now moving to contend among our top cars as well. As the leader still remains car 04, the battle is still on for second, and it is still Hayes currently being pressured by Austin Bassett.
And you wonder when Bassett is going to try to make a move. It could come now, coming off of turn number 4, but Hayes has plenty of car left down to the final 6 laps, and all 14 have been dominated by Albert Saunders, a slower car in his path as Robert blocks him the third, and we'll see what Hayes does against the rookie driver.
Things start to settle in, and here comes our leader. Clean pass of a lapped automobile, still setting the pace in the American sleeve bearing car with 5 circuits remaining.
You know, Provost has almost come back to life a little as he is hanging in the 5 as David Arute is in front. But the best battle, the question mark, is hovering over second and third, where Hayes and Bassett are hanging out. And every now and then, Bassett threatens to go underneath that number 9 car, but every time he does, Hayes seems to have an answer for it.
Sure does, and that is exactly what you're seeing lap after lap. A move and a counter move, and nobody seems to have an advantage over each other here. Another good battle is a little further behind them. David Arute being hunted down by Provost with 4 circuits remaining. That, of course, is 2 miles left in the competition here.
That was a lot closer about a half second ago, but David Arute has been able to carve some real estate against Provost. The cat and mouse game continues between Andrew Hayes, the Asnuntuck Community College number 9 car, and the Brick-and-Mortar number 64 driven by Austin Bassett. And they can't make any progress against our runaway leader, Albert Hayes, in the American sleeve bearing number 04.
Albert Saunders way out in front. He has not relinquished any of the distance between him and Hayes, who has currently been, well, pressured heavily by Austin Bassett. White flag is out. Final circuit down into turn number 1. Leader is Albert Saunders, doing such a great job of leading and dominating the racing action in the American sleeve bearing car.
Can he make it last for 2 more turns? It looks like he might be able to as he springboards his way off the corner. Here is Albert Saunders headed to the line.
At the line, Saunders will take down the victory in the American sleeve bearing machine to finish in the number 1 spot. Finishing in second is the number 9 machine.
So let's go to Tony Sutton in Napa, Victory Lane.
Albert Saunders out of the car, wire to wire. First race of 2015. What a great performance. Man, what a great way to kick off this year.
Yeah, thanks. There's always a lot of pressure when you start on the pole in the first race. You always want to do well, so it's pretty good. Lead all 20 laps and get the win. I haven't finished better than 9th at the Spring Sizzler since 2010, so this is really different for me. I got to thank Barry Fluckiger. He did a lot of work on the car, made a lot of changes, and the car was really fast all weekend, so I don't want to say I was expecting to win, but I was really hoping for it because I knew the car was capable of doing it. So I got to thank the team, got to thank my mom, got to thank my sponsors, American Sleeve Bearing, Rob Davis, Johnson Memorial Medical Center, BA Museo, Rad Auto Machine, Fluckiger Race Chassis, everybody who supports Stafford and Napa Auto Parts, and everybody for putting this event on.
As it says on your car, Al Saunders, and right next to it you can put winner, first race 2015. Congratulations on your great performance.
Thank you.
And here I am with number 9, Andrew Hayes, last year's defending champion, another second place finish. How's it feel right now?
Feels great. We were battling a loose race car all day long there. The tour always messes with us like every year. But coming off the championship last year to have a second place in the Spring Sizzler is amazing. I got to thank Napa Auto Parts, Nuntuck Community College, Local 3059, Toll Protection Security Systems, On Point Connections, my dad, my brother, all my friends who showed up today to support us. Anyone who works on the car and just, makes this dream possible for us.
Yes, this division, I have a feeling it's going to be very competitive this year. Andrew and Austin were neck in the last couple laps, and he took you, but you still made a podium finish in the Spring Sizzler.
Yeah, I'll take it. Third's better than fourth, I guess, and I'm glad we finished the race. Spring Sizzler really isn't our race, but I'm glad we got third and a top finish. I thank my mom, my dad, my brother, my girlfriend Sam, Mike and Cindy from Brick and More. There's a long list. John Catania from Sign Tech, TA Engines, Casey's Cafe, GH Berlin Oil, Napa Talent, Napa, 811 Call Before You Dig, and On Time Accounting.
And that was 64 Austin Bassett. That concludes the Limiteds. Up next is XK Lights. Back to you guys.